whispered in my ear. He was like, "Are you ready to die?" And I was like, hey y'all, it's Dree, and I'm back with another video. I can hear y'all in the back. I'm back with another video. Say it. Yeah, y'all get it. I'm back. So for my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the Drea TV family. And for my OGs, my MVPs, y'all are the best thing happening on this channel. Thank you guys for subscribing. If you clicked on this video, you definitely clicked on it for a reason.
Today I do not have my handy dandy notebook. This is a story time.
So I've often been told in my lifetime, multiple times, that we entertain angels and don't even know it on a daily. That is definitely true. This story time is part 1 of entertaining angels, my personal story. So you guys, I went back and forth on whether or not I wanted to tell this story. The motivation that I got to make this story was the fact that during time they made a story about Rome running across an angel. And I was like, this freaking happened to me twice before in my life. I've only ever told the people closest to me, and one experience actually involved another one of my friends, so it wasn't just me that encountered the angel, so it made me feel sane. I was like, okay, this actually does happen, and I'm not the only one that sees these things. This was a time in my life that I stayed home with my parents. I actually was in undergrad. I wasn't even close to ending undergrad. I think I was like junior year. I was in junior year. I wasn't even in my senior year at the University of Memphis. I had been watching a whole lot of news. You know, the news is a lot of negativity fed into our eyes and our ears. And if you watch it too much, you start to get either anxiety, depressed, one of the two. It's like a double-edged sword watching too much media, especially in urban areas. So you get tired of it. I had been getting very anxious about crime. Anywhere. I always was thinking about death, whether it be in my immediate family, anybody. I was thinking about death so much, and I was so sad. I would literally cry. I would cry because I was so anxious. I just was tired of it. Even at school, I would think about shootings, mass shootings, because that was around the time when a lot of mass shootings, especially on college campuses, was happening. I couldn't deal. I remember vividly I was going to the McWheeler Library on the University of Memphis campus. For those who follow me who are familiar with the University of Memphis, yes, the main campus. I had just gotten out of class and I was waiting for my next class to start. That was in the afternoon. I never would leave campus, even though I had a huge space in between classes. I had morning classes, a huge space in the afternoon, and then evening classes. I was like, I'm not gonna waste no gas. I'm already not a person to drive a whole lot, so I was like, I'm gonna stay up here. I'm gonna eat, stay up here. I would get my comfortable spot. This was routine for me to get my comfortable spot in the library. I would go up to the 3rd floor, and I would come in, get off the elevators. I would go to the right, go behind the bookshelves where the tables were that were close to the windows. I would hide away and eat my lunch, be on my computer. Sometimes I would type papers in between classes. Other times, if I didn't feel like doing work at the school, I would just sit there, look at videos on YouTube, look at something on my phone, eat my lunch, enjoy myself. So at this particular time, I sat in a spot that I never sit at. It was a spot right by where the study rooms are, the central study rooms. So my back was where the study rooms were, and I was sitting at the ducked off, aka the desk in the cut. I would sit there and nobody was around, y'all. Nobody. I had already looked around because I normally look over my shoulder. And at that time, I definitely was looking over my shoulder. I was nervous. I was so nervous. I just was on edge about the school shootings, like anything. That day in particular, I was definitely thinking about mass shootings. It was like a nervous, tremble about myself, and I was like, I almost moved into tears, to where I was thinking about, like, I'm tired of being anxious. I was just so tired of being anxious. I remember my thoughts. I was like internally like projecting my thoughts to God, like, I'm tired of being anxious. I'm tired of being anxious. It don't make any sense to be this anxious. So I remember finishing my food, and I had my phone in front of me. It was either my phone or my laptop, I can't remember. But I remember somebody came up in my ear, real close to my ear, y'all, whispered in my ear. He was like, are you ready to die? And I was like, when I say it stunned me, I shrank. I was like, oh my God, is this actually about to happen to me? I'm thinking a freaking school shooting about to happen, like, and I'm the first victim. I was like, huh? And when I looked back, it was a Latino guy. He had a rolling book bag. It was like a backpack that looks like a luggage. So it was like a rolling luggage slash book backpack thingy. It was black handle, black bag, and he was Latino, short guy. He was like, you ready to die, with an accent. And I was like, huh? And I was so scared, y'all. I was like, huh? So I'm looking at him like, Lord, please don't let him pull nothing out. Please don't let him pull nothing out. And he kept whispering in my ear. He got close. He was like, God has never left your side. You do not need to worry about death. No matter what you have done in your lifetime, you have always been forgiven, and God is going to always forgive you. He was just telling me that it's nothing that I have done bad enough to take me out of the graces of God. Y'all, I promise y'all, I literally forgot his exact words until I started making this video, and it's slick kind of getting to me. So he was like, no matter what you have done in your lifetime, it has never taken you out of the graces of God and the protection of God. So you don't need to worry about any kind of death around you anytime soon, because it's not going to happen. And I looked at him, and all the fear that I had inside of me left. And as soon as it left my body, I boo-hoo. Y'all, I dropped my head so fast when he said that. And I just started boo-hooing. And he leaned down with me. As I leaned down and started crying, he just kept talking. He just kept talking, telling me basically to live. Like, stop living in fear. No matter what my mistakes are, it's not a sentence to death in my lifetime. Like, I'm going to keep living. It's not my time to go. And I just was boo-hooing, and I lifted my head up, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was apologizing for crying. I was apologizing so hard for crying, and he was like, no, you're okay. And he just hugged me. He was like, I love you. Y'all, I literally forgot all of that until I just started talking about it. He was like, I love you. And I just kept crying, and I wiped my eyes, and I was just like shaking my head. I couldn't even say anything. He walked off, and I was just sitting there stunned with no fear inside of me. No fear. Y'all, I kid y'all not, the moments following, I remember exactly to this day. I walked out of the library not even 3 to 5 minutes after him. And the transition to leave out of the library on the 3rd floor is it take a minute. So when I pack my stuff up, I get on the elevator. First of all, you have to wait on the elevator. Even if you run down the stairs, and which is 3 flights of stairs, you run down the stairs, which I've done both, you get out the front door, somebody gonna see you coming out of the library that's leaving after you like 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Like, literally, somebody gonna see you either walking towards the UC area where the water fountain is, or towards the stairs where the central parking lot is. So it ain't no way what I'm about to tell y'all happened. So I left out, and I went down the stairs. I didn't want to wait on the elevator. And so if I walked down the stairs and he went on the elevator, I would have called him. If he walked down the stairs and I walked down the stairs, I would have caught him. If I went down the elevator and he had went down the elevator, I would have seen him with that rolling backpack because he didn't have it on his back. He was rolling it. Yeah, I got downstairs, walked out of the door. I looked to my left, which I'm pointing to my right. Got to get the orientation right talking to y'all. I looked to my left and towards the UC area where the water fountain is. I did not see this man. I didn't see that black backpack. I didn't see him rolling it. I didn't hear it. I didn't, nothing at all. I looked to my right, which is my left technically, and I did not see him. So I'm like, okay, maybe if I walk on up to my car, I'm gonna see him. So I walked towards where my car was. I didn't see that man out anywhere.
I didn't see him anywhere. I did not see him anywhere.
And I called my cousin Caitlin, God rest her soul. I called her on the phone as I was walking at the library. I said, girl, you wouldn't guess what happened to me. And I told her, I was like, some man leaned in my ear. I told her the whole shebang. And she was like,
for real?
And I was like,
yes, girl. And when I tell you, I literally done walked out the library and cannot see him.
I told her his every word. And she was like,
girl.
And I was like,
girl, this is the second time it's happened to me. This is the second time this has happened to me.
And I really truly believe in my heart that there was an angel, because I had been anxious. And she was just like, oh my God. She was just like, oh my God. She was like, oh my God. And she just got quiet, real quiet. And because she knows that I'm very spiritual and very connected to God. No matter how far I stray, she knows that I'm connected. And she was just like, oh my God. And I was like, I know. And I was in tears telling her, I'm like, girl, I needed it though, because I had been so anxious. And beyond that day, I was not anxious. I wasn't as anxious as I was and worried about death in my immediate family or with myself anymore. I needed that. I needed that, y'all. So y'all, we definitely entertain angels, especially during our time of need. They don't come when we want them to come or when we expect them or through anybody that we know, because God wants us to know it is him that's speaking through them to us. If it's somebody that we expect them, we'll always think, well, I'm glad that my friends sold into me, or I'm glad that so-and-so, I'm glad that they came right when I needed them. No, it's no doubt when God sends those angels to you, because they gonna tell you a message that you haven't even told anybody about. Not even a soul. Not a soul. I hadn't told a soul the anxiousness that I had inside. And that happened to me. Y'all, we definitely entertain angels. Part 2 of me entertaining an angel is coming up. If y'all like that video, hit the subscribe button, share me on your social media, and if you have a similar story, share it below. I definitely want to hear if anybody has a similar story to mine of entertaining angels on earth. Love y'all. Me love you a long time. I see y'all in another video. Bye bye.